part of our team. What would be your biggest piece of evidence 9/11 was an inside job?
Well, the one building falling down, and the evidence of
what building? What building are you talking about?
Building 7, which wasn't even hit.
Yeah, it wasn't hit.
Yeah, and then...
So why do you think it fell down?
Simply because it was a detonation. There was obviously a coordinated detonation.
Well, did they find any demolition debris, any demolition cords, demolition caps?
They did.
They did? Did they find demolition cords or demolition caps?
They found evidence of the way the steel in...
Well, what evidence did they find?
It was the steel that was like sheared off in such a manner that it could only have been done by an explosion.
So you're telling me that their evidence is that they found the way the steel was sheared off?
Yeah, and they...
Sheared off.
Sheared off, right. From the...
Sheared off. So your biggest piece of evidence is the way they found the steel sheared off.
And then the smoke.
And the steel sheared off and the smoke?
No, two different things. Two different pieces of evidence.
Well, get back to the smoke for a second. That has me intrigued.
The smoke, you can see in one of the videos that I saw, you can see as the floors cascade down prior to the floor above falling into the bottom floor, you can see like little puffs of smoke coming out of every floor systematically.
You're talking about squibs? The puffs of smoke, you're talking about squibs?
Yeah.
Yeah, puffs of smoke. Well, like when you're next time somebody calls you, don't say puffs of smoke, say squibs.
Squibs, okay.
Yeah, squibs. Don't say puffs of smoke. They'll think you're a layman and not an expert, like you truly are.
Okay, and then
Do you think it was thermite that was used?
Well, from what I've read, the evidence of, I guess there's coming out of one of the big buildings, towers, there's film showing this orangish glow coming out of, I don't know, the building on the side of the building, and well, what caused that? And that's a typical thumbprint of thermite or a close cousin of thermite. That's what's typically used to bring these down, isn't it? Because it cuts through steel.
Yeah, so you think they typically use thermite in controlled demolitions?
Well, I'm not an expert, but I think that's probably what they use because thermite is so good at cutting through steel, from what I've read.
Well, you sound like you're on top of your game because, yeah, I do think thermite is used all the time to bring down buildings in a controlled demolition.
Well, I was a guess on my part. I don't know what they actually use. It seems to me like it would be a reasonable thing that they would use.
Yeah, thermite would be a reasonable thing they use to blow buildings up. I think you're correct.
Professor Jones, Stephen Jones, and his full work, but it doesn't, and also there was a guy named Joe Viles who the day after 9/11 came up with the list of people that were flying on the airplanes. On all 4 of the airplanes, there was not a single Arab on the list.
You're talking about the passenger manifests?
Yeah, the passenger.
Oh my God, you are totally on top of your game. You're super intelligent on 9/11. The Arabs weren't on the. That is true because those Arabs weren't on the manifests.
And then most of them are alive, and a couple of the planes.
How many of the hijackers do you think are still alive today?
Oh, at least half of them.
I'd like to talk to some of them. Could you give me their location and address?
Geez, I couldn't do that right now. I guess I could. If you send me an email, I could get that. But that was a long.
Because listen, if we can if I can interview one of the alive hijackers, it'll prove without 100. It'll prove 100% 9/11 was an inside job. Mm-hmm. So you think half of the hijackers are still alive?
I basically I mean, I think that I think the evidence I've seen a year and a half ago is probably corroboratable today.
Okay, and you're a part of Richard Gage's team. You're demanding a new investigation. You're a part of Richard Gage's team.
Well, I'm highly supportive.
And you say that probably half of the hijackers are still alive today. The alleged hijackers are still alive today.
That was a year and a half ago.
So you think a few of them might have died in the past year and a half?
You're asking me to go back and dig up a year and a half, and I will do it if.
So you think? I mean, I will pay you money if you can give me some names and addresses, because I will contact these people.
Right.
So if I
email, or can I email you through the 911?
Yeah, let me give you my email address.
Okay.
It's URBATSHIT@yahoo.com.
What's that?
BATSHITNUTS@yahoo.com.
You are batshit?
Nuts, NUTS@yahoo.com.
Oh, and you are
BATSHITNUTS@yahoo.com.
Okay.
And you'll give me the information where I can contact these alive hijackers and prove to the world that 9/11 was an inside job, because I'm talking to one of the alive hijackers, and I'll be like one of the biggest heroes in the history of fucking civilization. Hold on a second, I'm talking to a freaking wacko here. Are you going to get? So you're going to give me the information where I can contact these people, and I'll prove beyond a shadow of a doubt 9/11 was an inside job, because I'm actually talking to an alive hijacker here 7 years freaking later.
Yeah, I believe that is true.
You believe the hijackers are still alive?
I believe there's at least one of them. I believe.
Yeah. I mean, God, Jesus Christ. This isn't even funny for me anymore. Do you know that? It's not even funny making fun of you people, because it's just absolutely so stupid. You people think hijackers are alive. I got my kids just showed up, and I'm like, I'm not cussing or nothing, but it's like, you can hear them in the background. It's like, I'm talking to a person on the phone that thinks hijackers are still alive. My freaking kids are 5 years old and they're smarter than you.
By tens or hundreds of times slower than they actually did collapse.
So you think that, like, the World Trade Center building should have fallen at, like, in about 5 minutes?
Yeah, I'm just...
I mean, if they would have fell without explosives...
Yeah, just I know that...
How long do you think they should have fell if they weren't brought down with explosives?
Yeah, they couldn't have fallen in 10, you know...
How should they have fallen, in your expert opinion?
Or what? How fast?
Yeah.
Well, first off, I think only part... If they were going to fall, only part would fall, and then it'd topple off to one side and leave the remaining structure, which would probably be at least 50 or 75% of the existing building, would have been standing, you know, afterwards.
So you think it would have toppled over? Like kicking over a pop can?
I think only if anything was going to, you know, collapse, which I don't think it would have in the first place, but if anything was going to, it'd be unsymmetrical, it'd fall off to one side, only down to the point of where the damage was done, and the rest of the building would stand intact.
So you must be one of the structural engineers.
Not really. I just thinking logically.
What's your area of expertise again?
It's just mechanical engineering.
What does that mean?
Oh, I have a degree in mechanical engineering.
So you work as a mechanical engineer?
Currently, I'm not working as
Have you ever worked as an engineer?
I did work as one, but it was simpler type engineering, or well, more like I worked as a designer for an engineering company in a mining town up here in Minnesota.
What did you design?
Oh, I just drew like heating and ventilation systems.
So drawing, heating, and ventilations make you an expert.